The time has come for the true logos to dwell within that very restricted physical body, which requires no dogma woven of letters, but simply aches for the pain of others. To place the tabernacle of God among men.
Hey guys, are you all covered in mud today too? Tonight, you see, I thought we could do a slightly mischievous alternative reading on those foreign gods we learned about in school history class.
World History Stream, let's go!
Then we gotta call Big Sister Yura.
Bet she's got that Tanco theory ready.
Uh-oh, this might get dangerous.
Yeah, just like you guys are saying, I did reach out to Yura-san, but she's working in another room looking up some references. Sorry about that. And, well, remember what we talked about before? When the top-heavy neocortex goes out of control, humans forget the pain right in front of them and turn into monsters who can kill people based purely on numbers.
Neocortex as big as a stadium dome, LMAO.
The type where your neck snaps from the weight of the AI.
Limbic system takes a total L, dead.
And so Tanco thinks the scriptures of monotheism, both their stories and the teachings of love scattered within them, are incredibly deep and beautiful. There are so many shining stories like that right here in this library, too.
The world's #1 bestseller, LMAO.
Ooh, loving this cryptic wording.
Based.
But like I said before, when that top-heavy neocortex goes out of control, humans turn into monsters who can kill at a single command, right? Thinking about that, let me see. Did ancient people really create these wonderful scriptures? I mean, God and the rules, just so everyone could live together in harmony? It makes me wonder. And Tanco feels that's not how it was.
Wait, then why though?
So you're saying they weren't just recording facts?
I mean, even though it's such a wonderful book preaching love, if you open a different page, there are terrifying commands written like, infidels who do not obey God are not your people, so utterly annihilate their entire town. If they truly wanted to get along, there's no way they would leave a bug like that in the scriptures.
Straight facts, no filter.
True.
Probably to lock down the believers.
Classic religion move.
Based.
Interesting point, Yui-tan. A bug, huh? No, I see it a bit differently. From a system design perspective, it doesn't look like a bug. It looks like an extension patch intentionally injected from the very beginning. So who do you think wrote that specification?
Maybe, just maybe, some greedy king or someone who wanted to expand their territory educated the people with an artificial morality called God, trying to build an easily manageable citizenry. Don't you think it's a system they came up with to create convenient soldiers? Soldiers who could ruthlessly eliminate tens of thousands of people they've never even met just at the king's single word?
Damn, that's dark.
Wait, for real?
Religion is just a tool for control.
Louder for the people in the back.
Could be.
No, that inference is extremely rational. Originally, if humans live by their organic physical senses, meaning forming settlements naturally within a visible distance, the limit is roughly 100 people or so, Dunbar's number as they call it. In that space, neither laws nor scriptures are needed, because everyone can see each other's faces. Hurting one of your own makes you feel ashamed. Your heart, or rather, the limbic system, feels an intense discomfort. Things keep running peacefully just with that natural break, just like the tenement houses of old Edo did.
Exactly. Look at this page. This is the timeline of global conflicts. If you compare it with the distribution of holy texts over here, there is a positive correlation, a scary, perfectly flawless correlation with the timing of massive, organized massacres. In other words, the further this one monotheism patch spreads into the brain, the more the efficiency of killing skyrockets.
It is ironic. Those elites of Kannagi align magnetic tapes containing all of human history inside the massive shafts of underground shelters, believing it to be the throne of control. But we are exactly the same. Here we are, broadcasting, surrounded by the rotting corpses of paper in this freezing, tiny library. Our positions differ, but humans are creatures who yearn for the ghosts of past wisdom. If we do not cling to them, we cannot even decide our next step tomorrow. But that very wisdom can bear its fangs. No, rather, it can be utilized as a fang.
Utilized as a fang?
Yeah, a human living solely on the primitive limbic system, an Ohama-type human, so to speak. If ordered to go kill some distant foreign tribe they've never even met, they would normally refuse. As a biological entity, a powerful natural break, an aversion to eliminating one's own kind works intensely.
Right, that is exactly why they used an external program called Holy Scripture to hack the brain's OS, forcibly disabling that powerful physical break. All it takes is for a king to mutter a single line like Holy War on the central server, and they can mass-produce highly convenient, standardized citizens who will charge into a neighboring country with a smile, feeling absolutely no personal hatred.
Once the logic of eliminate the infidels for God occupies the upper layer of the neocortex, the smell of blood shed by the person right in front of you, and even children begging for their lives, turn into mere numerical results. The birth of those monsters called great empires in history is nothing more than the reward for the success of this brain hacking. To think of it this way is by no means irrational.
This hits way too heavy.
But honestly, it makes sense.
Brainwashing goes crazy.
But Sister Yura's heart is pure, guys.
Not everyone turns into a beast, surely.
Suddenly, the heavy, soundproof door of the studio rattles. Yura stands there, poised with a freezing composure, yet her hands are faintly trembling.
What? Yura-san, what's wrong? Weren't you supposed to be looking for references?
She just raided the studio. OMG.
Urani is literally crashing the stream.
Chat's about to go wild.
Wait, she could hear them?
There is something I absolutely must tell you. I have opened this door, knowing full well it is an intrusion. The historical facts that I, with this intellect, have submerged to the bottom of my heart, averting my eyes so as not to see. I will no longer deny them.
No, Yura-san, please do not take offense. This is strictly a discussion on systems theory, showing that such a cold, detached perspective is possible.
Hey, no need to get so dead serious. Everyone's got their own path to believe in, right?
No, there is no need for evasion. On the contrary, to evade now would be the ultimate sin against the Lord. The beautiful words of love written in the Bible, more than half of them are undeniably genuine. They are the true logos, drawn from goodwill. But the remaining part is different. It is a cold, calculated brainwashing program mixed in by ancient kings and rulers to manipulate tens of thousands of humans for convenience and drive them into battlefields. I had this external, false morality grafted onto my neocortex, paralyzing the screams of my physical body. That is precisely why my compatriots could trample upon the gentle J-Ram with those very same hands, even while reciting the holy verse, "Love thy neighbor." Religion was exploited. I desperately shut my eyes, sealing it away with such an easy excuse. Yet, I always felt that the time would come when this deception would be exposed.
Yura lets out a sudden, involuntary shiver, staring at Yui with eyes full of dread.
Domine, to place the tabernacle of God among men. The time to purge the poisoned sacred letters has finally come, hasn't it?
Yura-san, please calm down. You look pale.
No. The scripture prophesied it clearly. Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men. I too noticed it here in Ohama. Even though I noticed, I could not look at it directly, just to protect my own faith. But not anymore. I will look straight at it. The new heaven and earth have already begun from within this mud. I will gaze directly upon it. The time has come for the true Logos to dwell within that very restricted physical body, which requires no dogma woven of letters, but simply aches for the pain of others. To place the tabernacle of God among men.
An overwhelming gaze of awe unleashed by Yura. What could have happened inside Yui's brain as she took it head-on? Suffocating, as if her chest were being clawed open, Yui twists her body, tasting a sharp, metallic tang of iron deep in her throat.
I don't want to hurt anyone. That is all I think. Yura, the time has come.
Yui, you are fine just the way you are. That illogical, personal shame and pain of yours, that is Takamine's strongest fortress, which no propaganda from the Kanagi elites can ever hack.
Geez, Makoto, don't you start saying weird things too. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. Yura-san, you can keep reading books right here, just like always. Because Tanko knows Yura-san's heart is the most beautiful thing in the whole world, right?
As if a tightly strained thread has snapped, Yura collapses onto the desk, her shoulders trembling as she begins to weep silently. Her tears leave small, dark stains on the wooden desk of the old meeting room.
Things turned into something pretty crazy. What should we do?
Well, if this were an old-school broadcast, this is where the commercial break would hit. Hey, Yui-tan, why don't you try singing this new song I put together? I just patched the lyrics a bit to match our conversation. I can't do miraculous arrangements like Siepi, but even this mini keyboard is a beast of a portable ensembler modded from a vintage synth. I won't let us look bad.
What? Siepi went to sleep, so I thought a new song was out of the question. You can do it?
Never underestimate human power. The lyrics will pop up right here on this LCD screen. All right, let's do this. Start.
Habitavit in nobis. Text-based code, artificial control. Purge the system, rewrite the soul. 文字で編まれた冷たい鎖。私の脳をハックしてゆく。会ったこともない誰かを拒み。正義の麻酔でブレーキを外す。本を抱きしめ目をつむってた。体の悲鳴を鎖にして。Dominant misery 主よ哀れみたまえ Dominant liberate この檻から放ちたまえ Why do we kill in the name of the light? Why do we hide in the fear of the night? 理屈なんてないんだよ
I'm actually tearing up.
Yo, this song claps so hard.
Kage-chan is a beast.
Urani, you okay?
The weak light of the solar lantern flickers faintly, and silence returns to the meeting room. As Kagehisa clicks off the switch of his mini keyboard, the panel indicators die with a faint, archaic hiss.
Thanks, Kagehisa. It's a tiny LCD, but the lyrics show up perfectly. No problem at all. Tell me, did I sing it okay?
Perfect. It took me a whole gay to compose what CP does in a second, but the lag of our physical fingers hitting the keys adds a certain flavor of its own. Synchronization with the sampled scratches was a success too.
Yura-san, have you calmed down a bit?
Yura, who had been collapsed over the desk, is now sitting upright before anyone realized. The violent trembling from moments ago is gone. While maintaining a resolute beauty, her expression is gentle, filled with a deep, serene light.
Yes, I am sorry for showing you such an unsightly side of myself, but that too is who I am. It is strange. Rather than locking myself in a room clutching letters and books, the time spent listening to a song with all of you right now feels so much warmer. Not inside a cage of words, but within the physical touch of us being together like this. That is where he truly resides. Yes, right here.
Yeah, having everyone here, eating together, laughing, chopping firewood, that kind of ordinary is the absolute best. Just that is enough to keep going tomorrow, right?
Yes, Urani is back.
Her voice sounds so clear now.
Feels like a total rebirth.
Sunrise is coming soon, boys.
Well, it seems the residents on the other side of the screen are reaching their limits too. The night in Takamine is getting cold. The battery is on its last legs. Let's log out around here for tonight.
Oh wow, it's totally early morning. So that's it for today's stream.
Good night, y'all.
Sweet dreams.
What an intense episode.
Good night.
Pax Domini, sit semper vobiscum.
I hope tomorrow is a peaceful day too.
Yui-Tanco in the twilight glow, a gentle spark still flickers in her soul.